Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Pauga versus Bogdan Guskov. Bogdan Guskov coming off one of the worst performances I've seen in a long time against Volkan Ozdemir, and Volkan Ozdemir is not great. Pauga 6-2, 3-2 in his last 5 fights, 1-2 in his last 3. He's a slight favorite at -135. 35 years old. I can't fucking believe that. 6'2 with a 76-inch reach. Bogdan is 14-3, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Again, that one loss is against Volkan Ozdemir, plus 115. He made him look like no time again. 31 years old, 6'3 with a 76-inch reach, 1-inch reach advantage for Bogdan. Same reach for both fighters. This is an interesting one because even though like Pauga on The Ultimate Fighter, I really liked his story. I liked that he was an ex-cop. I liked the reasons he was fighting for the family, for wanting to have a better life. I love all these things. In the UFC, he hasn't really been great, but I think a lot of that is just his style. He slows the fight down a lot. He picks his shots. I thought he had a good chance to beat Muhammad Usman. He gets flatlined by Usman. That was his one loss, even though it was at heavyweight, and that's not his weight class at all. Looked pretty good, like I said, on the Ultimate Fighter. Loses to Usman, beats Jordan Wright. Doesn't look very good in that fight, even though he fights Modestas Bukauskas. I thought Modestas was going to do a whole lot of better things. I thought he was going to do better things. Jesus. I thought he was going to fight a whole lot better than he did. And Pauga kind of had Modestas fighting at his style. Slow down, weird fighting, not great. So it's weird. And then you have Bogdan Guskov, which Pauga, he has 1 TKO win, 5 decisions. It's a brutal. And that was all the way back in 2021 against Ashby Thomas, which both guys were 1-0 at the time. But again, Bogdan Guskov comes in with a little bit more experience at 14-3, 17 fights. And out of 17 fights, he has 14 finishes. He doesn't have decisions. Now, he has really big power. He's fought some decent guys. But every time it's a step up, like 18-7, 33-8. He's lost. I mean, he's lost. And both of them are by finishes. A 1 submission loss, 1 TKO loss. The decision was all the way back in 2016. But again, 33-8, he was 10-1. He gets finished by punches. Then he fights Volkan Ozdemir in the first round, gets finished by punches. Both of them have been finishes. And then he fights a guy in his next fight, 5-2, 7-2, 4-1. Does finish a guy, Carlos Eduardo, 20-10. But Carlos Eduardo's record, he's 42 years old. But his record of guys he's fought, 4-1, 13-2, 15-6, 19-9, 6-3, 6-0. And he's losing to 6-0, 6-3. He's losing to those guys. 10-6 he lost to. 26-10, 19-8, but he's beating 3-1, 6-1, 8-1, 6-2, 3-1, 14-7. He's not beating great guys. He beat a guy that was 4-1 at 19-10. Okay, cool. It's awful. So the competition hasn't really been great. I like Bukauskas. Oh, Jesus Christ. I like Pauga. I'm looking at the fucking thing. I like Pauga in this one. I don't think it's going to be a pretty fight. I think it's going to be tough early. I could see firepower coming back real hard from Guskov. But again, I just don't trust that cardio coming from him. You look at the matchup at 8-2, 14-3, 11 minutes fight time to 3:46. If he gets past that 4 to 5 minutes to the second round, I like Pauga's chances a lot. And the only guy to really finish him is Muhammad Usman, who's very, very powerful. The worst striking defense I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, strikes landed per minute 4.44 to 2.112. But a lot of that is his fights don't last very long. Striking accuracy is 62% to 32%. Strikes absorbed per minute 2.72 to 6.9. Defense is 57 to 43. You gotta think Pauga is gonna make Bogdan work hard early. He has to. He has 100% takedown defense. I don't think he's going to need that. I think he's just going to have to wear on him, put him against the cage. even have him just work a little bit. Have him blow his wad a little early. I like Zach Pauga in this one. I like Bogdan. I think he's fun. I think he's very quick for a light heavyweight, but that cardio and just who he's fought is not good. And the guys that he's lost to are very good fighters. On paper, this is a guy at 8-2 that Bogdan will win, but I think in the UFC, Zach is good enough to slow the fight down and survive to at least in that first round, that initial onslaught, and get a probably a decision win or a third round finish because Bogdan is so damn tired. I like Zach Pauga. I think he gets the job done. As always, let me know who you guys are picking. Subscribe, like, comment. Peace.